side issue. The globalists are launching the end of free speech now, and that tells me they're getting ready to drop the hammer on a bunch of other issues, David.
Yeah, Alex, you know, we can see this coming. Yesterday I was talking about how the laws, there was this expose, an article on Drudge, talking about how Congress is passing secret laws. Well, we've talked for the longest time how we've got the Star Chamber Court and the FISA Court that does these dragnet surveillance orders, also says that they're secretly amending the Constitution. We find out then that the Congress is writing secret laws that we can't even see. And then we have now the UN is going to be directly setting laws. We've had UN agendas like UN Agenda 21, which they've now renamed as the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Okay, Agenda 21 is easier to say. We still talk about it that way. The war on drugs was a UN agenda. Back in 1961, they created the 4 schedules and put all the drugs into those 4 schedules 10 years before Richard Nixon copied that agenda verbatim from the UN and said, this is our war on drugs. He didn't invent that. That was a UN agenda. But now in Europe, they are putting in UN laws, and you've got British newspapers saying, finally, we're going to have self-driving cars because the UN has got a bunch of new laws. They're going to directly enact these laws.
Absolutely. They're putting laws in place to make you have robot drivers, to make you have smart meters, and then the corporations get the money from it. That's how the market works now. We've got to educate the public. Josh, so again, have your friend send us a copy of it. We'll black out his name if you want. We'll do a report on that. But yes, I'm aware of that going on. Go ahead.
Also, you know, I'm not condoning or supporting torrent downloading. You know, that's a whole debate in itself. I'm not getting into that.
The point is they want to shut it all down and surveil it without warrants to shut our legal and lawful stuff down that's on those as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I just feel like this is, you know, the slow incremental rollout of, you know, the censorship, the policing of the internet. And to basically what they did was they gave him a packet. First of all, his internet shut off. They tell him that he has to take a test, and he has to, you know, they give him like a packet of 20 to 30 pages material, and they give him like a 20, 40 question test, and they give you the test, and you have to take that test before you can get your service turned back on. Now, through your contract, you still have to pay your service every month, you know, everything. I mean, there's no judge, there's no jury, you know, you have to take this test. He actually said that he didn't pass it, that he got, you know, a 40 out of 100 on it. And, you know, still, so apparently, you know, he said he doesn't think that it matters, the score you get, but, you know, it's just.
Well, that's what they're announcing in China and Europe is an internet and basically cyber score index. No one's debating it. No one's discussing it. It's been planned. It's being rolled out.
And Alex, as part of the trade partnerships that they're putting in, the TPP, the Trans-Pacific, also the Transatlantic Partnership, a key part of that is control of the internet. And just this last week, we had Obama in Vietnam with 2 young Hispanic legislators from Texas, one of them, one of the Castro twins. And you know all about the Castro twins. This was the congressman who supported the Trade Promotion Authority, the TPA, to speed these agreements through Congress. And, of course, the other twin brother has been promoted as Hillary Clinton's vice presidential pick. He's the guy who's currently Secretary of HUD in the feds. But these 2 guys, you want to talk about mafia, you want to talk about racism. These 2 guys are the spawn of an Hispanic activist who was one of the founders of La Raza. This is like
and again, to the Klan, they sound good to themselves.
Yeah.
And to La Raza and Mecha, they sound reasonable, but it's the exact same stuff, just different group of people. Let's go ahead. Thank you, Josh. What do we call this just for YouTube, this little last 10 minutes with them? Because I know this is going on. It's been in the news. What do we say? AT&T spying on customers' downloads? I mean, that's what's going on. Shutting off their service? Boom. Let's talk to John in Colorado. Saw this jet crash and a fighter pilot testing thing, and he didn't get killed. That's good news, and we'll go to him if we have time. But who's been holding the longest? Chris in Georgia, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alice, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm sorry you had to hold so long. Your phone's hissing. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. The caller who said you were a Zionist is playing out bullshit. He's probably just jealous of you. But on my question, and it's a statement before a question. I got a couple of questions, but let me get started.
Sure, but haters gonna hate, yeah.
Sir?
No, haters gonna hate. That's what the guy's doing. Go ahead.
Yes. It said that the UN and our military would take guns this year through martial law because the Constitution would be suspended under martial law. So my question to you is, do you think we the people would win, or do you think the New World Order will rise and we will be defeated?
Well, I'm going to jump off because your phone's breaking up, but it's an excellent question. It doesn't matter if they claim they have it on paper that they can barbecue kids on the White House lawn, hypothetically. Just because they say it's martial law, military take the guns, the military is not going to follow that order. So I think there's some missing links here in the globalist equation. David Knight?
Yeah, Alex, I don't know exactly how this is going to shake out. I find it very disturbing, this article that came out of the Philippines, where you've got the new president there saying he's okay with killing journalists because, you know, if you're an SOB, he can kill you. And it's one of the most dangerous places for journalists to be. But we ought to understand that, you remember that movie that we went to see, The Act of Killing, where they were talking about what happened in Malaysia. We haven't heard too much about that.
I got physically sick after I watched that.
Yes, and for the people who haven't seen that, these are a bunch of people who, and this was Obama's father was part of this administration in Malaysia. They were partnering with the CIA. We haven't heard about that story in Indonesia because these people are allies of the American government, so they haven't really talked about that in America. But you had these guys who had executed so many people and were bragging about how they would do these mass executions of people. And when I saw this guy in the Philippines, this new president, talking about how he would kill journalists if he didn't like them, and he's attacked bishops, called them sons of whores, so forth and so on. This guy, when I saw that, Alex, it reminded me of that movie. That's what I thought of. And we are so close to that because we've got a president who grew up in Indonesia where they were doing that, where he grew up in that culture.
Oh, you're right. Folks have no idea how much trouble we're in. You know, I really hogged the airwaves today. I apologize to all these other callers, Eric and Jeff and Garrett and John. If you call me back tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., I promise I'll go to your calls within 5-10 minutes. In fact, everybody on hold, if you want to give us your name and address, and the size, I'm going to send you a Hillary for President T-shirt, absolutely free, limited edition from InfoWarsStore.com. So please, Jono, that's more work for you guys, but get their names and addresses and their sizes. They can either have a Hillary for President or a Come and Take It shirt. And I didn't plug, and I skipped 2 breaks this hour, and I think 5 or 6 today. It's got to stop. There I'm saying I need money to fund the operation, but they'll skip the breaks because I get so excited, so passionate. You need to go to InfoWarsStore.com. We have the new Alexa Pure Breeze air filter that's amazing. The Alexa Pure and Pro Pure water filters are excellent. We have Lung Cleanse, 20% off, limited time only. That's been going all day. That's only for a few days. I should have plugged that. Lung Cleanse is amazing. Experience that if you have allergies or other issues. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com for the nutraceuticals, or call toll-free, 888-253-3139. And your purchase of these products is essential. Sign up for auto ship and get 10% off. And get free shipping on orders of $50 or more. So many specials. Check them all out. Sign up for the free newsletter so we can stay in contact. Infowars.com/newsletter. David, thanks for letting me hijack the 4th hour, buddy.
No problem, Alex.
All right, Nightly News tonight, 7 o'clock Central. And Paul Watts is doing a special Reddit deal. Infowars.com for details.